What's poppin', y'all? Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Cinestro Core. It's your boy Blacksby, and today we're discussing Spielberg in Space, Skeleton Crew from Lucasfilm, Disney, Star Wars, coming at you live on Disney Plus. Let's get right into it. Cue the intro.
Cinestro Core, the cast. It's your weekly gold mine. Stay tuned in. Stay tuned in. They got me by the beats. Got those comic spins. I stay tuned in. Stay tuned.
I got my brew and I'm with the crew. Let's get into this episode.
Beautiful.
So, Skeleton Crew. The sleeper, the Cinderella story of Star Wars right now, the sleeper, because so far, in my personal expert opinion, Star Wars hasn't been hitting the way it should in the last few years. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to lie, I'm going to be honest. I have my doubts going into this show because I was like, I'm already kind of disillusioned from Star Wars at this point. I'm getting tired of them rehashing Skywalker story over and over again for the umpteenth time.
Yeah.
Niggas is not creative.
Fellas is not.
They're not
Fellas
creative
not
anymore.
Creative.
And I really don't fault. I don't fault them. I do fault them, but I don't fault them because the fan base is diabolically toxic.
I think anything that comes out of like the Disney Plus or Disney as a whole, that's not like a movie or even the movies, I think should be met with kind of like a tepid kind of like response, like it, because their track record as of late, we've established this and we've talked about this a million times, isn't the greatest. Right. Mm-hmm. So no, you can't blame anybody for being like, I don't know, I'm not really that excited about what's coming out, or that doesn't look that great. So I think it's the most responsible thing to do is just kind of like go into everything expecting absolutely nothing. And I think that's how you will get the most positive experience out of that. But I mean, that being said, I really enjoyed the first two episodes of Skeleton Crew.
Agreed. Episode 1, I explained this earlier to one of my coworkers.
I know Gerardo's in the minority, but
yeah, he's gonna say shit ass. Anyways,
it's not ass.
The first episode, I thought it was kind of ass, only for a little bit because what's it called? Only because the middle portion was a little bit like lulling, But that's exposition. It's, hey, this is the main character. He's got like a somewhat normal life in suburban Star Wars. That's another thing we'll talk here in a minute, but suburban Star Wars land, and he's doing all this shit. He's got his cool little elephant best friend who's going to sell a lot of merch. You hear me? A lot of merch.
A lot of plushies.
A lot of plushies and t-shirts. And then he ends up going on this grand adventure and meets other young rapscallions of the galaxy. And then meets a balding Jedi Law. So yeah.
No,
so
I think like going into the show, I was kind of like trepidatious because of like kind of the story, the plot, right? We're like, they're like, oh, Spielberg in space, and I was like, oh, here we go, kid actors. It's gonna be mostly kids, and they're gonna get into hijinks, and they're gonna make stupid decisions, and this and that. And so I was really nervous about how they were gonna handle this. But man, I don't know. I just think it feels like, at least from these first two episodes, that a lot of thought and care was put into not only like the writing of these characters, but kind of like the production of the show. I think it looks great. Like, I think it looks really good. Even the parts that are like obviously incredibly heavy CGI, I think it looks really good. Like, I think like they took their time, and it seems like the artists really kind of put a lot of time into it. And so I don't know, man, it's from everything from like the good CGI, it looking well, it's directed incredibly. However you feel about John Watts and like kind of like his lack of artistic merit for the Spider-Man movies, if you watch Cop Car, which is a movie about a kid who finds a cop car and it belongs to like a corrupt cop, like you can like this really fit, and it's like he chases him down. Like, this really fits. Kind of like, we know that he's able to do that, and he can get the best out of kid actors. He works well with kid actors, and I think he has a really good sense of like he's a really good director for like adventure right? Like because I know that first episode, a lot of it is exposition, and you have to be introduced to these characters and the stakes of the show and what's going on. But once they're in the ship, and once you start figuring out, oh, it's not a Jedi temple. Oh wow, there's a droid. Oh, what's going on? And it's like yes, this is exactly what he's there for. And then one more thing to like quit, and then I'll stop rambling. I think a show like this hinges 150,000% on the kid actors through and through. If the kid actors are bad, the show is going to be bad. Look at The Acolyte. We spent way too much fucking time with those kid actors, and we all hated it, right? Everybody had a bad taste in their mouth. These kids are all incredible. They're so good. They're so talented. So it doesn't feel like a chore, right? You're not like, okay, here we go, these kids, and they're supposed to be like, you feel it. You feel like the situation that they're in, the danger that they're in, you feel for them. And I think that their relationships and the chemistry amongst them is so palatable, and it's so good, and it's so believable. And I don't know, man, David Lowery cooked with the second episode. I think John Watts did great with the first episode, and I'm happy, and I'm excited for what the show has in store.
I agree on all those points, especially with the visuals portion too. It feels like this is maybe part of the same team that did Andor, because you know how Andor looked in like the prison scenes. Everything looks so like vibrant and like you can
real tangible.
You can touch it. When they were showing the suburban town on Atten, that made up ass name. They were showing that, and I was like, this looks so cool. This is a side of Star Wars we haven't seen, you know. When they show like Coruscant and you see all the levels, and the city is the entire planet is a city. Like you're seeing all this cool stuff. It's supposed to be visually like stimulating and all that, and that's what this felt like to me. Seeing the neighborhood, seeing those tramway cars going, pulling the kids to school, seeing the kids on their little speeder bikes, and then of course flipping from that to the pirate
classic Star Wars, yeah.
And it was like it felt for a brief second, it felt like Pirates of the Caribbean whenever they were at what's it called? Oh my god.
At the
what's
port,
that place where they go?
Spaceport.
No,
you're talking about that pirate island, yeah.
The pirate island, but what's the place? What is it called?
Don't worry about it.
Don't
stress
time.
yourself out about
some shit where grown ass men get on a boat and get drunk and sing songs together, and then go sail to another place to meet with other boats full of grown ass men with rum in their hands, singing songs about stealing booty. Real. But no, for real, it felt like this is gonna be a good adventure story. I'm gonna go ahead and do my rating for this one because I think it deserves at least a 7.5 to an 8. Give it some room.
Oh, you can wait. You speeding through this shit like a motherfucker. We both obviously are very high on this show, and we view it very positively. I'm curious as to what Gerardo has to say about it, because he's a little more
beers in my head.
He's a little more on the less favorable side.
Yeah. Well, like you guys said, I think the production value is great. I think the makeup looks great. I like that the aliens in this show look like aliens instead of just random bitch painted green or white or whatever. There's a lot of really good prosthetic work that's happening on this show, and I really like that. I think the sets look great. It doesn't look like it's shot on a volume, which I really like. In terms of the writing, I do hate the volume. In terms of the writing, I don't love the first episode. I just think it drags a lot.
Yeah, it's very long.
It's too long, but I get what they're doing. I know that they have to, build up this world and introduce us to everyone, to Wim's bitch-ass dad, who's just reading those fucking lines off the cardboard.
Oh, dude, he's so bad.
He's dark-skinned Jordan Peele.
Yeah.
I don't like him. Yeah, he's bad. He's the worst actor out of all of them.
Yeah, he's the worst actor.
Here's your money for school.
The kids aren't. I do agree on that. I do think the kids are a lot better than the other kids that we've seen in Star Wars as of late, and I like that. The show, convinced me or like turned me around by the second episode. I think it's more exciting. I think it's more fun, and I'm now curious to see what happens next.
And I really like, in regards to the second episode, when they introduced Jude Law's character, they cut to the chase. There was no mystery.
Yeah, they're not doing no bullshit.
They didn't pussyfoot around it. He's like, You're a Jedi?" And he's like, "Shh." And he uses
He did it.
me.
He did our.
He knew.
He did
I
our
know.
thing. He did the thing.
Our influence.
Our influence is strong, and it's like I like that, and he uses the Force in that episode, so we know there's no bullshit, there's no going around it. Like I like that. They're like, that's not the point of this. The point of this isn't a mystery story to see whether or not Jude Law is a Jedi and where he comes from, and what he's running for. It's just like, no, he's a Jedi. He's here to help these kids, and he's also trying to help himself. And it's about the adventure and the
turkey.
Yeah, exactly. It's about the adventure and the journey that we're here to enjoy, and I really like that, because I'm like, okay, you guys know what you want to do, and you guys are like acting on it, right? You guys aren't bullshitting, you guys aren't pussyfooting around, and I think that gives space for more. We usually say, "Oh fuck, these seasons are so short. They needed more episodes because it doesn't feel like they're getting." 2 episodes in, we already have Jude Law. We're in and out. They're already trapped. They meet him. All right, let's go. We're starting to hit the ground running. I really like that.
And with Jude Law, I do hope they don't try and do a whole, the thing that most of these shows do. They'll introduce or reintroduce a character, and they'll start doing like a flashback backstory episode. I hope he just tells us like,
they still
man. Yeah. I hope they don't fall into that trap. Just tell us he's gonna be like, when I fought in the Clone Wars, blah 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 blah, or whatever, some shit. His little Jude Law accent, or tell us like back when the fall of the Jedi, blah blah blah. Just tell them what happened. Just literally spell it out on screen. Move to the next fucking adventure. Bro.
When does this take place? This
also,
is post.
Yeah,
post episode 6.
Post
right?
Empire. We also forgot to mention the cold open to the show, which is the pirates.
That shit was hard.
That was cool. And when I saw that, I was like, "Fuck! I don't care about these stupid ass kids. Show me more of this."
And I think that on Jude Law being that pirate, the lead pirate.
Oh, of course, that's him.
Yeah, that's him. 1,000%.
I don't think they're hiding that.
But I think that's why they showed it. But I think that's also exciting because it's like, oh, like the action, like it looks, you're like, oh, this is cool, this is exciting, I want to see more of that. So we know that they're capable of doing and handling action sequences and set pieces, and it feels like they will. And that was just kind of like a tease exactly for what you say, Gerardo. That feels like they were like, okay, like we have to get this exposition dump out of the way, and it's probably not the most interesting that we've got going, but let's give them a little taste and a little teaser of what the show is.
Kids start blasting boys' heads off.
You don't know that.
I don't think they're gonna.
She was toting that blicky in there, bro.
Yeah,
she shot.
She's trying to turn the rent.
Can we talk about the kids?
Got that shit,
Can we talk about the kids really quick, like the characters and like how do you guys feel about that? Because I know in the group chat there were some less than favorable things, being said about Fern, and I disagree with this. I think that she is incredible. I really like the actress that plays her. I know her character's like supposed to be like kind of like annoying because she's like annoying because she's like
an annoying kid, but I don't think that's on the actor for sure.
No, that's not.
I think she's doing her job because she is annoying.
I think she's great. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I think she's so competent and she's doing so good that it's just really coming across. But man, I just man. Again, we already talked about it, but man, Neil, the little boy, the little actor that plays Neil, he's so funny and he's so adorable. Wim, I think the kid that plays Wim, he's a lead, and he has to carry, a lot of like the from a story perspective, a lot of that on his shoulders at the beginning, like the first 30 minutes of that first episode, and I think he does. He's so charming and charismatic.
His bitch ass dad.
Oh my god, acting circles around his dad like crazy.
Wim, here's your lunch money for the week.
And the girl,
don't spend it all.
KB, her too, man. They're all just and these characters are all. The writing is so good because they're all so distinct and they're all so unique. They don't feel the same or similar. They all seem to have their own kind of idiosyncrasies, and that's also idiosyncrasies. And so that's really good and interesting to see, especially in a show about where we're going to be spending a lot of time with kids, and that can typically be hit or miss. But man, I think they're doing a great job. Usually more often than not.
Especially in Star Wars.
AZ done hopped on too. What you got, bro? What's your thoughts on this?
Listen,
a skeleton crew.
I had to finish this episode before we started because I was like, I might just watch the one episode, and I was like, all right, we're probably about to start recording. But then that one episode started ended up being gas, and I was like, well, there is a second one. And I have to be on side.
he gets it in
So-
his ball.
So I was
He
like,
said,
I
"Hold
guess
on."
in the interest of fair criticism, because after the Acolyte, and I was just like, yeah, another Star Wars show. Look
After
at
Ass-
this.
That's
Okay.
exactly what we were saying. That
And-
So-
it's fair for people to be
this one-
trepidatious.
This one is upsetting
That
me
word
with
is
how
made
fun
up.
it is. Like it's
Yes,
just
it's fun. Yes.
Like it's upsettingly fun. Like I see why the child actors in the Acolyte were so shit because they got the actual talented ones for this. They spent all their money on they're like, all right, we want to really brace y'all with a really low bar so y'all can see how fucking incredible these kids are about to do, bro. They are so fun. I like just about every single one of these little shits.
Agreed.
Even that doesn't even say anything with the visor. I don't know what their deal is.
KB? Is that
But-
her name? KB?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they're
I
great,
like
man. It's
I like
fun.
the weird
like you said.
homicidal
KG like
droid.
Kevin Garnett.
I
That's
also
Nick
like the
Frost.
weird homicidal droid that thinks that the little girl is the captain.
Oh, so good.
Oh, you talking about
That's so
you talking
fun.
about SM33?
Yeah.
If you know
He already
knows the
if you know a
acronyms.
thing or two about like pirate movies and like Captain Hook and all that shit, SM33 is Smee, and that's like the dude who was the what's it called? The first mate.
Little striped shirt guy.
Yeah,
The
I
gay
thought that was a
one?
pretty cool.
No,
I thought it was a pretty cool little little
Oh.
callback. You know,
Wait,
'cause
what
he's
is
like,
SM?
He's
I
talking
know his
about-
name is Smee.
He's talking
but-
about Smee from
Oh,
Yeah,
Smee,
SM33.
Captain Hook.
SM33. I was like, Smee.
I didn't even catch
Bro.
that.
I didn't
I
catch
said
that
that
That's
shit
either.
kind of
interesting.
fire. That shit kind of fire.
I also
Also, he's
really like-
fucking dope. That's my new favorite droid. Move over, Chopper. You
Nick-
homicide.
Nick
Whoa,
Frost,
whoa,
bro.
whoa.
It's Nick
I
Frost.
like how at first I was just like, okay, this is like a little nice fun action adventure thing that first episode. But when they first land on that, for some reason, every single fucking planet has just like a space Detroit. I don't know what
Tortuga.
it is, but like
It's called
But,
Tortuga.
like,
Yeah,
There
okay,
you go.
when they
we
land,
got
yeah,
there.
when they land,
Finally,
when they
finally.
land at
Tortuga.
Spaceport Tortuga, when they land there, oh my god, the whole scene of them in the bar with like way too much money for like actual little children. The whole time they're just like shoving around their credits. They're like, "Hey, can you tell us how to get to this place? We have this very shiny limited edition piece of money." I was just like, this is not the place to have wealth. This is not an
But I think-
economically
see,
prosperous
but-
area where
Yeah,
people
but-
make good decisions.
I really like.
Argentina.
I really like how they're teasing us about what's the planet called that they're from?
Argentina.
At
Atticus.
Aden.
At
At Aden. I really
Atkins.
like how they're like
Atlanta.
there's a mystery as to like what
Space
that
Section
planet
8.
is and where that planet is like comes from and why it's so hidden and why nobody
Space
knows about
Grand
it.
Prairie.
It's basically Space El Dorado, you know, and it's like I'm really interested into like what the backstory with that is, but I hope it doesn't detract from like the propelling the main story forward. I don't know, man. It's just
Also,
I think they're doing a really good job with everything.
I want to say this is also shot so well.
Mm,
Like
yep,
everything
mentioned that,
feels
yeah.
very
Yeah.
solid and
Yeah.
very tangible. Like whenever they're
Yeah.
in the ship, I feel like they're actually on a ship. I don't feel like they're on a set.
Yeah.
It feels very, very, very immersive with how it's shot.
Mm-hmm.
And also, the main thing that made me like lock the fuck in is when my boy Smee had the fucking I don't even know what you call those. Those like little wrist
Gauntlets.
bracers,
The
the little gauntlets.
Oh, the little
Yeah,
shield.
the little gauntlet shields.
Oh
when,
yeah.
When they were being fired on and they were heating up, I was like, "That's a really good attention to detail. That's really cool." That's a
And
nice
he was
little
and he
fun thing.
branded a motherfucker
And then he
with the-
used them. I was dead ass thinking. I was like, "Man, imagine getting hit by those things. Oh my god. Oh my god." And he just burned that guy. I was like, "Oh, yo, Space Goonies is active." Holy
And see,
He
and my
got
thing
trained
was-
by Batman from Batman vs Superman.
and here's the thing about having a show that's like so
holy
centered
fuck. I didn't expect
that's
that.
centered
That was
that's
a- that was a
centered on
welcome-
kids and children. It's like
Yeah.
it's like oftentimes it can feel kind of like discouraging and frustrating and annoying because you're like, man, these kids, they're so stupid. They're making such stupid decisions, right? They're children who think like children and they approach things in a childlike manner, and that can be really frustrating. But I don't know what it is about the kids in this show. Like even when Wim pressed the button when he wasn't supposed to press the button, he was like, "Damn, that's so stupid. Why are you doing this?" You can't help but just be like,
No, I literally thought I was like,
you
I
can't
do
help
that
but be
shit
like,
too.
"I get it, Wim. I get it." Like, yeah,
It's
like
'cause
honestly, it's fair.
They make the kids act like kids. Like you actually don't get that effect of like
But that can be
MCU
frustrating
adult
sometimes.
where there's frustrating. But like these kids feel like this is the closest thing I can think of like kids acting like kids, aside from maybe not it because they were just a little bit too like mature, like too smart for kids, I guess. But I feel like if you look at the movie, what's it called, Good Boys, the one with those 3 kids.
Yeah,
Like those 3 act like kids, and not in an annoying way, but in a way you're like,
I remember being a kid when you and your boys.
Yeah, and that's how these kids appeared to me in Skeleton Crew. I like all of them. The only thing that worries me is Jude Law as the Jedi, because I'm interested. Where is this set? Is this set post episode
episode 6?
Battle of Yavin?
If you pay attention to the reading at the very beginning of the first episode, it says it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I read it and I didn't catch that.
I hate y'all.
I read it and
I was double checking because
they're not seeing.
They're not reading.
I'm intrigued. I'm not the biggest fan of like Jedi storylines and stuff, but
wait, he survived a long time.
Yeah.
Of course, Graham was here so he could fill us in. But but he survived Order 66 all the way through, episodes 4, 5, and 6.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good 40 years.
How else do you explain that hairline?
What's also really odd is like.
But how old was he whenever did he survive Order 66?
He had to have been a Padawan. He had to have been a Padawan.
No way.
That's the only way that makes sense.
No way.
No,
also he might not be a Jedi.
Because Cal Kestis was a Padawan, and around the time of
but you're right.
A Padawan?
A Padawan what?
Crazy.
A Padawan what? You're right. You're right. Gerardo, and I think that's actually a very interesting point that you bring up. There's a very good chance that he might not be a Jedi at all. He could just be a Force user. Yeah.
You know what's the thought that I had, and
he's
I
just
felt
a guy.
Kind of stupid.
He's just a chill.
You know
guy.
how there was that dude in Obi-Wan that was a fake Jedi.
No, this guy's a real Jedi though.
He would use the Force, and he would use.
This guy did use the Force though.
Magnets.
Stop.
Shut the fuck up.
I'll be so mad, bro. You know how mad I'd be.
It would be funny. It would be funny.
I would laugh.
We're gonna get a Ralph boner, but
it makes me wonder if the New Republic is instituted, right? And we're in a post-Order 66 post-Imperial society, and they've been pushed to like the outskirts of the Outer Rim. Why is he in hiding? That's what I'm wondering about. Like, why is he lurking?
That boy was a pirate.
He's a pirate.
He's still criminal. He's still a criminal.
Yeah, he's still a criminal.
But he's a Jedi.
If you used to be a cop and then you stopped being a cop and you became a drug dealer, you're still a drug dealer. When
the new governor gets elected, you're still a drug dealer.
You're not like, oh, I'm a cop now. I'm a cop
He's
again.
like Paul Walker in between like fucking what's it called? Fast and Furious 1 and 2 or whatever, when he was like, I'm gonna go back to being a cop, and he's like, nah, I'm gonna commit more crimes.
But it also does make me wonder, like, what turned him to that, like after Order 66, or even
inflation
during like.
After Order 66, they were hunting him down, so of course he was.
No, not after Order 66. I mean, like during the rebellion, right? He still wasn't.
But that just, but this is interesting because
you're in Star Wars and like
he's going against
looting random planets and ships, bro. You're making like $13 an hour as a Jedi when you can be making $300,000 a year stealing ships.
No. I'm not saying monetarily. I'm saying like I'm just wondering like the better nature of a Jedi, right? Someone who grows up in Jedi teachings, unless they become disillusioned to the dark side, is usually to help those in need. So I wonder if maybe he tried being the whole rebel thing and it didn't work out for him. So he's like, I'm sticking to crime. Maybe. I'm thinking maybe he's going to get some kind of tragic backstory. I'm intrigued though.
Perhaps, but I think that's what Star Wars needs to do with characters that are Jedi in order to make them more interesting, is make them more flawed and make them like more complicated, right? Because if they're just good Boy Scouts, then that's boring. It's uninteresting. We know what to expect. But if, for example, maybe Jude Law's character was like, I'm not going to fight in this war. This is not for me. But I need to survive, so I'll just stick to being a pirate. I'm not a bad guy. I don't murder innocent people or whatever. But I still need to make ends meet and survive. Wait, didn't they kill that guy on the ship at the beginning?
Allegedly, we didn't see it.
so I'm just bullshitting. I'm rambling on for nothing.
He refused to give the safe code to an empty safe, so that's kind of on him.
Yeah, fair.
He chose to die.
That's true. Why would you try to? It was one credit, and you couldn't let them open that shit. That's on you, bro.
Motherfuckers broke. Bro.
No,
Bro,
but we're
bitch.
now we can rate it, Matt, because you're saying you're trying to rate that shit 2 minutes in.
Because
So
it's
we can go ahead and
good.
rate it. We can go ahead
It
and rate
feels
it now.
good. It feels good to talk about good Star Wars again. Man,
Wait.
damn.
Actually, now I think about it, I think the last time with what was that fucking piece of turd that came out? What was it called? And no, it was Acolyte. Forgot what the name of it was.
He's about to name like 3 different things. They're all gonna be ass.
Yeah, but fucking Acolyte in that first episode, it wasn't hitting for me. Like it wasn't entirely hitting. I felt like I was like, this is kind of cool, but it feels uneasy. I didn't have that feeling at all with this. I'm gonna be honest. Like I'm very hopeful for this being great. Like it's weirdly good. I don't know if I'm being baited, but I
It's
like
off to a good start, and
It's-
we've gotten
yeah.
used to getting dog shit. So we're like,
Exactly.
oh, we can't wait. Yeah,
We're very hesitant. We're very
Yeah.
hesitant.
we're
Cautiously optimistic.
Cautiously optimistic.
we're in a
Cautiously
drought.
optimistic.
Exactly.
And I'm thinking that, things will move forward positively for this show in particular, simply because of the fact that everyone's so like turned off from the idea of Star Wars anything right now. Everything that we've seen previously has not been so great, Even like we were talking, I remember I was reviewing some episodes the other day. Like we talked about, Tales of the Empire. That shit started off the trailer. I was like, this is about to be some hard shit.
Shit was
It's about
ass.
to be hard as fuck, and it was the complete opposite.
Dog water.
We got Ahsoka. Like this shit gonna be hard as fuck.
Shit was
Complete
also
opposite.
ass.
Boba
Nobody
Fett.
thought that shit was gonna be hard, but you.
Boba Fett was the greatest betrayal.
That-
Boba
I think
Fett,
that one
was
hurt.
supposed to
That
even
one
This
work.
shit
That
gonna
was
be
diabolical.
hard.
Robert Rodriguez should be.
Hard.
Drawn and quartered.
No, but then he
No,
made that
don't say
episode of The Mandalorian, which was incredible.
Allegedly in Minecraft.
Yeah.
No, that shit right there, bro. My God. But coming up here and seeing, Skeleton Crew going in with literally no expectations besides, okay, this is gonna be Goonies in space. That's all I had to go for it. I'm pleasantly surprised. I will give this, like I said, I'll give this a 7.5 to an 8 out of 10 off the first 2 episodes. That final rating can change. Now that's up to the show to make it go up or down. But right now it's a solid start. I will definitely give it that 7.5 to 8. What about you, Gerardo? What you got?
I'm not as super excited, but I think it's easy, 6.5, 7. I think it's good. It's a lot better than what we've gotten. I'm cautiously optimistic. We'll see what happens.
Nice. Luis, what you got?
I'm gonna give it a 8.
He doing
I
something.
bet. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I said I'm gonna give it an 8.
Yeah, there we go. I can hear now.
Oh, y'all weren't able to hear me? Okay. I'm gonna give it an 8. I'm really excited about what the show is going to be. I really like what we've gotten. I think they're off to a great start. I'm nervous about the Daniels directing. I think an episode or 2. I think it's gonna be a huge dip, but that's just my bias.
Who's the Daniels?
The guys who won Best Picture at the Oscars for Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh yeah, that movie fucking sucks.
It doesn't suck, but anyways,
Sucks.
I'll give it
There's
an 8.
no
I
that's a
think
genuine take. There's no
for what we've gotten, I think it's really good. I'm really excited. I really like this cast. I like what they're doing. I like the story. I'm intrigued. It looks great. Keep it up. 8.
Hey Z.
as you can see by the subtitle of my name for our visual watchers or listeners, my subtitle for my username is Weird Little Guy Stan. And one of my favorite
His
things
name is
about
Neil.
Star Wars is Weird Little Guys. Is that the name of the little monkey thing?
What little monkey? Oh, the little rat.
He's
The
talking
little
about
monkey thing.
Ferryman.
I don't know. I don't know
The guy
what.
who
I don't
took
know
them to
what
the
that
fort.
little. Yeah, the little guy who speaks like like I don't know what he is. I have no idea what he is, but I was like, I love this thing. I love this weird little freak.
The little monkey that talks
He's
like a
just-
minion.
He's
You
just so funny to me. Because I said he sounds like one of my friends, and ever since I thought of that, I just keep on hearing like anything that my friends ever said in that voice, and I just like the design of this weird little rat monkey. The rest of the show is great. Like everything else I said is true. Like it's great. But that weird little guy is really holding it down for me, man. I'm gonna give this a solid 8.5.
Something tells me these kids aren't gonna make it back home, and they're gonna have to survive with Jude Law in space forever.
I really hope that the weird little guy joins.
He's not. Fuck him.
I need him to, bro.
Stingy
We're
ass.
never gonna see him again.
I'm so broken. I'm gonna rewatch these first 2 episodes every week just to remember what ones.
He's only in 1 episode.
He was in 2 to me.
In my heart, he was in 2.
In my heart, he's in 2 episodes.
Fair.
AZ superimposed him on the first episode.
Yeah, but I'm genuinely surprised this is this great. I'm blown away at how much fun I'm having. And because I've been watching from the past couple weeks, I needed something that was less depressing, and this is really warming my spirits. So honestly, yeah, this is 8.5 for me. I'm excited. Please don't go downhill. Please don't please don't condor me. Don't condor me, man. Please don't. I can't do this anymore.
With all the collectively positive ratings that we have, it does beg the question, is Star Wars back right now?
No.
I don't know. Exactly. I was about to say, I don't know if that's something we can say now, because I know it's just one new show with 2 episodes out so far. What is the rest of the future for Star Wars look like? That's the real question. As I was explaining to my coworker earlier, I was like, man, look, Star Wars has this problem where they've been rehashing the same storyline with the Skywalker saga over and over and over again, that they're just doing nostalgia shit the whole time. Yeah. Now this feels like it's something fresh, and hopefully
until they find a way to tie it back into the fucking Star Wars saga.
Wim is gonna end up at Luke's fuck ass Jedi school
academy.
He's gonna be in the academy. Dude, yeah, Luke is gonna be.
You say that as a fucking joke.
It's gonna happen.
It could happen. Sadly,
last episode, he's gonna be like fucking around with like a cup or something. He's gonna be like putting his hand out. It's gonna move a little bit. The doors of the ship are gonna open, and you're gonna see
What I've Done song is gonna play. It's gonna move, and then he's gonna.
You're gonna see the bottom.
No, the last episode's gonna be.
You're gonna see the bottom half of Luke Skywalker walk in, and you're gonna hear "Hello," Mark Hamill's voice. Like, God damn. Cut to black. Then you hear the Linkin Park, directed by Michael Bay, show up.
No, the last episode is gonna be Jude Law dropping Wim off at Luke Skywalker's school, and Wim's gonna have to make that decision: do I stay with my found family, or do I become a Jedi?
What I think it's gonna be is they're gonna be like, wow, there's so many skeletons amongst the crew of this old ship.
Yeah.
I guess we are some kind of skeleton group, but then
he's gonna turn and be like, say that again, like freaking Kilometer Stellar and Fan Four Stick,
or it's fucking. This would be so fucking stupid, but it's like the charred corpse of Anakin Skywalker crawls out. It's like, got room for one more skeleton on your crew, and then it fades to black, and it's what I've done. I'd watch that.
Keanu Reeves, Jedi Master or Sith Lord.
Stop trying to make Keanu Reeves show up in these fucking
You're all colorful bunch.
He's like you're a John Wick Chapter 4.
Yeah, I'm thinking we're a skeleton crew.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
None of you should ever be allowed in the fucking writers' room.
They're gonna be like, wow, all it takes is a bare bones team to make things run. I guess you could say a skeleton crew of sorts. And then that's cut to black.
Gerardo said they're never gonna let us write anything, but I'm gonna be honest. With the dialogue we just spat, we could have wrote every IP-based movie of the last 10 years.
We've wrote like 5 movies just now.
We just did like 5 Marvel movies.
I'm gonna make it 6.
You fucking loved Deadpool and Wolverine, bitch. I don't know why.
That movie's great. I don't want to hear shit.
There you go. That's exactly what that is.
This is Katana. She can chop you in one half. I always think of that line.
This right here is Katana.
Souls of our enemies.
She's my right hand.
Hey,
I trust her like I trust the back of my hand. Don't
We
get
need to
cut
put
by
Joe-
her sword.
We did Joel
Because her
Kinnaman so
sword
wrong.
traps the soul of her enemies.
We? What do you mean we?
Hollywood.
Joel Kinnaman.
David Ayer's
Good.
bitch ass did him wrong.
What do you mean good?
Fuck
I
him.
love him.
James Gunn tried to do him
Yeah,
right,
you
then he
haven't
got
seen
stabbed
Altered
in the
Carbon.
chest.
Shut up.
I have
To get
seen
replaced
Altered
with
Carbon.
Frank
What are you
Grillo.
talking about?
You talking about
Yeah.
Altered Cabron? I love that show.
Yeah, that one.
Altered Cabron, yeah.
Altered Cabron.
Alterado,
I love that
Cabron.
fucking show. It's so good.
Cabrón alterado. Altered Carbon.
so
Cabrón
good.
alterado.
We're gonna add
Anyway, Skeleton Crew
Venom.
fucks.
We're gonna
It's
add
awesome.
Venom to the Skeleton Crews. He's gonna get dropped
Speaking-
into the Star Wars universe.
Speaking of
Stop, we're
Sony,
rambling.
when does the masterpiece that is
When
Craven
aren't
come
we?
out?
December 13th, my niggas.
December
Let's
13th,
go.
baby.
Cravening coming soon,
Matt,
bro.
let's go.
I
Let's
got
have
that
it.
trailer.
Let's go together.
Matt,
Matt,
I got
let's
that
go
trailer
together.
memorized, bro.
Let's
The
go
music
together,
coming with
Matt.
that Johnny
He's
Cash
trying
song.
to
You hear,
invite him on a
my
date.
son.
So sweet.
Yeah.
my
Matt,
son.
let's go on a date to Craven.
Said Matt,
Hell
babe,
yeah, bro.
let's go.
The Crave, all my real Cravens stand, all my Cravers stand up. All my Cravers
Oh
stand
my
up.
Cravers!
Oh
Yo,
my Cravers.
Y'all not
It's
real
so
Cravers,
bad.
bro.
Stand the fuck up, Craven.
Sony's gonna tweet that in like it's like 10 days. You're gonna be so bad. You're getting
Copyright.
no check for that.
We're getting a
Nah,
check. You hear it
it's
first.
not gonna work. It's
I'm
not gonna work.
DMCA
It's
Sony
a
right
bad
now.
idea.
Sony, if you tweet
Tweet
that
it.
I'm tweeting it off the page. I swear to God. If they don't give me that prop, the check, lawsuit. I'm owning Sony by the end of the
Oh
week.
my bro, I'm gonna be
I'm
honest.
owning
If they don't,
Sony by the end of the
I
week.
know no one eats it, but if they don't collaborate with like Crave cereal, I think they've really missed the mark. Like, that's such
What
an
the
easy,
fuck
that's
is
such an
that?
easy
What
brand
is
deal.
that?
that?
No
sounds
one
made
eats.
up.
Crave cereal. No one
Those
eats it.
words
No
aren't
one
in the
eats it.
Bible.
It looks
Sounds
like
fake.
if somebody crumpled up a bunch of pretzel sticks and tried to make them like a cereal. Like that's genuinely what it looks like. Doesn't taste good either. But if they want to sponsor us, I'll eat a whole bowl right now. I'll do it. I have no shame
Dry.
for money. Not dry. Not dry.
Yeah,
Dry is
dry.
pushing it. Dry is, but I'll do a lot for money. But a whole bowl of Crave, completely dry.
Dry.
God,
Sprinkle
no.
some cinnamon in.
Oh God,
Yeah.
no. Sprinkle in
Yeah.
fucking spackle.
Anyway, Skeleton Crew. Why are we talking about Skeleton Crew's awesome? It rocks.
Skeleton Crew is good. It's very good. It's surprisingly good. Worryingly good.
Until
I'll
it
say it's
all
good.
falls apart.
If they WandaVision
We
me,
got
I
it this
swear to
time.
God.
Off the page.
Oh, you for real? You don't want them to steal your
Dead
shit?
ass. Where are the
What are
real
you-
Cravers
what are you-
at?
Where are
That's
the
crazy
real
because
Cravers at?
even if he tweets that, what are you gonna say? You made a pun based off their IP. They don't care. They're Sony.
Cravers, that's our name.
They don't know, bro. They don't know. See, that's the thing about me, bro.
You're
I'm a
gonna
real
learn about
Craver
it,
for real.
American exceptionalism.
You know how
That's
hard
right.
you know how hard I'm going for this movie? I learned Russian last night just so I can be involved in this film. When he started talking about the Craven, there's truth to every myth. I said, I knew that. I didn't even need those subtitles, bro. Turn that shit off. Turn that shit off. Real ball knowers out here for real.
Real
I'm operating
Cravers be knowing.
at
Real
at a
Cravers be
higher
knowing.
level.
He on,
You
he
know,
on
the
his
real
Bolshevik
Cravers is
shit.
out here craving. When I come to that theater, I'm gonna be in my little fur coat, my little fur, the little shit that he be wearing, the lion's mane. I'm gonna have a spear. It's gonna be fake, so I don't get
He
shot. But
He
it's
learned
gonna
how
be
to
a
say
spear.
Tarkovsky for this movie.
They gotta make private.
But you're gonna have to tell Ashley to give you a chance to bring a 68-year-old woman to the premiere so she can pretend to be
Okay.
your wife. So that'll complete your Aaron Taylor Johnson cosplay.
That's true. That's true.
No.
You get a meme on the red carpet with you.
A
And then,
meme ball?
then we're gonna drop Russell Crowe in Star Wars. And he's gonna be like, "My
Please
son,
don't. Please don't.
We are hunters."
No, I need.
No,
No,
I
that'd be
want
kinda
him
cool.
to do the Zeus voice.
Yeah, I want him to
Italian fucking voice.
Greek.
the most offensive.
Nah,
Greek
that shit was
accent in the history
Italian.
of mankind.
That shit was
This is
high
not
Italian.
offensive. That was not
It's
Greek.
not
Can
offensive.
someone mimic it?
No,
No one knows
It's
what
crime.
that
I
sounded
don't
like.
want to apologize to the people of Greece, so I don't think I'm gonna do that.
Giannis God damn it, Giannis from the Bucks. Come show us a
Damn.
Greek
He
accent,
said,
bro.
Damn.
Damn.
I'm sorry, bro. Damn.
Bruh, that last name was just fucking speed back in your brain.
That shit punching my head top. the same way that this episode has punched y'all with a good freaking experience. Another episode of Cinestro Core is in the books. Huge shout out to all them folks watching and listening at home.
All them
Going and tapping
fellas.
with the boys at Backstage OL. The homies dropping more stuff coming up. They got some big things coming up this year and the rest of this year and next year. David giving us some more updates on what they got going on. Hopefully he'll drop on soon to explain Backstage OL in better detail. Follow our boy
end of
AZ.
your episode.
Yeah, David returns soon. See, we brought Graham back. Baby. Now we bringing David back next. Who you never know who we're gonna bring on next.
Had to break him out of Azkaban.
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Who?
Maybe.
But,
Follow our boy AZ on Twitch, twitch.tv/Tari Singo. The boy be streaming. Follow him on the Twitter machine.
when I remember to actually have social media, I'm working on a very long video, which I had to spend an hour researching the history of circumcision for. It pertains to comics, I promise. There's a reason.
I have an idea
You'll
of
see
which comic
when
you're
it's done.
talking about.
That's insane.
Is it the
It's
one?
an
Is it
incredible.
what I think it is?
Are you talking about Foreskin Man, the comic created
Yes.
this pro-circumcision propaganda? That was
Yes.
really racist.
Yes.
Really racist.
Is that exactly what it is?
Yeah, you know what's the best? The best thing about it is he was interviewed by a Jewish comic book publication, and they were like, "Hey, so your superhero fights a lot of like Jewish and dark-skinned people, and he has blonde hair and blue eyes, while all of his antagonists are minorities. Do you think that's a little weird? Like,
It was an accident.
just a little odd?" And he said, "It's just part of my German heritage. Why would that be anything to be ashamed of?" And I'm not saying he said anything.
He said it out loud.
He said it very
He said
loud.
it. He said
He
it.
said it very loud.
That shit was pretty fucking clear to me.
This
That motherfucker read Mein Kampf in real life.
This is the
However you
deepest
say
I've
that
ever
shit.
done.
I don't know that book. I don't read that.
So when the video's out, I implore everyone to go watch it because it is.
The episode's not over
probably
yet.
like a 30.
You were
45
just
minutes.
outroing
Talking about
the
Mein
bitch.
Kampf
What
and
happened?
shit.
You're just
Because he's explaining his
You're
comics.
just outroing the
I
shit.
thought I just wanted to give people a preview of my.
The point is,
video.
the point is follow
Follow
AZ
the
at
man.
Tari Singo, and of course
Good.
follow us at Cinestro Corp no S. Go ahead and leave us a 5-star review on this episode and on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you listen to this episode, whatever it is. Share our podcast with your friends and family, and go ahead and tune in next week when we talk about some other cool bullshit that I don't know about yet, but I will tell y'all when we see you next week on Cinestro Core. Peace.
Cinestro Corp, the cast, it's your weekly gold mine. Stay tuned in, stay tuned in. They got me got the beats, got those comic spins. I stay tuned in, stay tuned.
Nepo baby crew. Wait, who on the cruise on that?
We're the kings of the screen, yeah. Cinestro Core, we're the dream, yeah. New episode Saturday afternoon. We in your ear, that comic book crew. More good it takes, what we do. Cinestro Core, we're the crew.